Well, hello. My name is Daddy-O, and I do some YouTube stuff, and I need to do a correction to a video I did today. I put up a video earlier that was on the insurance thing about being covered. Is your Uber rental insurance actually covering you? This is going to be a part 2 to that because there's something very important that I did not include in that video. Now, let me highlight in case some people, and I'm going to try to put a link to that video down here in this corner after this video. Okay, so you can see what I said in the original video, and this is something I left out that you need to know. I do an Uber rental, and I've been doing it a long time. The insurance question keeps coming up because there's been a lot of controversy about, am I covered when I'm doing an Uber rental? And yes, the rental fee, your rental fee pays for your insurance while you're doing Uber. Your personal vehicle insurance, in other words, you have a vehicle and you decide that I want to go do a rental instead of putting all the miles on my personal vehicle. So you go into Avis or whoever you go through to rent you a vehicle to do your Ubering in. You go inside there and they're going to ask you, do you have personal insurance? And in other words, your insurance on your vehicle covers you when you're in your rental vehicle and you're not doing Uber. All right, that's the clarification. I made a comment earlier about if you're in a parking lot and you weren't signed on to Uber, you're not covered. And that's true. You're not covered, but your personal insurance on your personal vehicle covers you when you're sitting in a parking lot or when you're going from here to there and you're not on a run. It's just like you're in your own vehicle. You're covered. All right. So I need to make that clarification that you're not just out of insurance when you're not doing a run. You're covered with your personal insurance. Now you can call Uber or Avis or Hertz or whoever you decide you want to rent through and check me on this if you want, but it's the way it is. Okay. Your personal insurance on your car, truck, whatever you may own that sits at your house that you're not doing Uber with, that insurance is covering you when you're not on a run doing Uber. All right. Earlier the video was about, not having or not being covered, unless you're on a run. And I talked about going for a long distance and being covered. Yeah. You can do that. But if you've got insurance on your personal car, your personal vehicle, and you pay whatever it is, just like you're out here doing Uber with it, but it's sitting in the house and you don't want to put those miles and you don't want to do all that wear and tear on your personal vehicle, but you want to do a rental to do all those runs and all that kind of stuff in. Your fee that you pay weekly or however you rent it, insurance is included. All right. While you're doing Uber runs or Uber Eats or whatever you're doing, as long as you're doing Uber stuff, you're covered. As long as the app is running, you're covered through Uber. When you're not doing Uber, your personal vehicle insurance is covering you on everything else you want to do. All right. So that's what I left out earlier. My guy at Avis this morning, we talked about it when we first started talking about your personal insurance is covering you. And we went through all the other stuff I went through in the other video that I'm going to put down here at the end of this video. But yeah, you're covered with your personal vehicle insurance while you're not doing an Uber run, Uber Eats, Uber, whatever. You're still covered. You don't have to worry about that. Just make sure you got insurance on your personal vehicle. Now, if you don't have a vehicle and you want to do Uber, you can still rent a vehicle and do Uber. Just understand that because you don't have a personal vehicle, you still have to have some type of insurance. I would want if you didn't own a vehicle. I would ask about it, talk with them when you go in there, make sure you know exactly what you're covered on and what you're not covered on. But if you're renting a vehicle through Uber and Avis or Hertz, you are fully covered with your personal insurance when you're not doing runs to do Uber. So that little clarification needed to be made. So I'm going to put this up as a part 2 to the other video, which is your Uber rental insurance actually covering you? And I'm going to probably put the same title and just be part 2. I don't know why I'm telling you that, because you're already going to be clicking on this video by the time I do all that. So it ain't going to really matter. But anyway, that needed to be highlighted and clarified. So yes, do the rental. Don't worry about your insurance. They're going to take care of you on that end. Your personal insurance takes care of you on the other end. And I know I'm still going to get comments. So please, if you have any questions, we're going to try to clarify so that you have an understanding. And if I have to, I'll do a video. Now, I got a comment earlier, and I thank you for that comment. And maybe you'll see this video, so I appreciate you. I got a comment about this very subject. And it's after I had already rode around for an hour or more doing Uber runs, realizing, because I'd gone back and reviewed the video after I posted it, but before I knew it, it was over 50 views and blah, blah, blah hours. I'm not even going to mess with it. I'm just going to do a sequel to the original video that I just didn't add all the information into because I was clarifying another comment and wasn't even thinking about the personal insurance deal. So anyway, I'm not going to keep you long here, guys. This is going to be a very, very short video because it's only to clarify as a part 2 or a sequel, however you want to look at it, as to the other video I posted earlier where I didn't put in all the information I should have in that video. But anyway, Daddy-O out right now. This is going to be a very short video. I'm not even going 8 minutes with this one. So guys, y'all have a good afternoon. I don't want to rag you out about this insurance thing. So that should clarify, I hope. If not, let me know. And I'll try to make another one on it if I can. Have a good one, guys. Daddy-O out. Bye.